Well, I haven't been in front of a camera for a while, so let's see how this goes. Welcome back, guys. I know I've been away from YouTube for a while, maybe like 2-3 weeks, but I needed some time off to catch up on things. And now that I'm back, I finally watched season 2 of Jessica Jones. I didn't get to binge it in 2-3 days like everybody does because I just can't do it. I don't have the time. But now that I did, I do want to talk about it, and I will include spoilers in my review because the show has been out for a long time on Netflix, and who hasn't done a review on it, honestly? So just a heads up, spoilers up ahead. So season 2 starts off where we basically left off, is where Jessica killed Killgrave, and she's suffering the consequences of her dealing with this issue. She thinks that she's a killer now, she's a murderer, and she's basically drinking away her problems, pushing Trish and Malcolm away, even though they're telling her that, you know, she had to, and she really didn't have an option. You know, she had to get rid of Killgrave. But now the season kind of involves Trish a lot more because she kind of wants to become this vigilante herself. She feels like she has to have a purpose to be Jessica's friend, and she has to have her own thing, and that is, you know, uncovering the truth of Jessica's experiment. You know, what happened to her at this hospital at IGH? Why does she not remember those 20 days? Season 2 is basically focused on that, and also the new characters that get introduced. There are a lot of subplots in this season that I will get to talk about because honestly a lot of them didn't work for me. There's one with the nurse, the whole thing with Hogarth, Malcolm, and then there's other PI that I will get into. Season 2 does kind of start off a little bit slow for me. It's not as bad as Iron Fist, just saying, but it does take its time to like set up the new characters and the new plot that we're gonna have to deal with. In a way, season 2, there really isn't a villain. I would say that it's more about Jessica's inner demons, and based on her relationships with Trish, Malcolm, Hogarth, this new super that lives at her apartment complex now, and of course the big reveal of Jessica's mom being this super powered woman that's trying to kill everybody that's tied to IGH. Now the reveal of Jessica's mother was to a surprise to me because I really didn't know, and honestly I don't follow the comics as much as I want to. That to me was a surprise, and obviously Jessica's mom is more powerful than she is, so that was very interesting because I did want to see a big showdown between them two, which we kind of don't get. What I did like about season 2 is that they make Jessica Jones seem more of a human. I felt like throughout the entire season I felt like she was a normal person without superpowers, even though she does her usual like picking up a car or a fridge or like breaking doors easily, but it doesn't feel all that super after you've seen so many like Marvel movies or Marvel shows. And with that, you know, comes the relationship that she builds with the new super whose name I forgot, so I'll put it here. I do like the relationship and how they work out till the very end, but at the same time it felt kind of convenient because he kind of creates fake IDs and all those things, so it came handy a couple of times throughout the show, and I couldn't help to think that how convenient that was. What I did want more out of this season was that, you know, since we were introduced to more characters with superpowers coming from this hospital, you know, I wanted a little bit more background about that. You know, there was this one character who has super speed when he was scared, kind of like the Marvel's Flash, or kind of like a chubby version of the Flash, but I wanted to see more of that, but they kind of waste that character in like one episode. One character that I will always like in Jessica Jones is always going to be Malcolm. I always love this character. This character has so much depth to him, and I wish they would have done an episode just dedicated to him because I am so invested in this character. And up to the very end, you know, he is being pushed away by Jessica. He's trying to help Trish the whole time, and Trish kind of just uses him in a way. I don't like how he pairs up with the new PI, who's this Asian guy. You know, it kind of works for me, but then at the same time it doesn't. So now let me get into some of the things that I kind of didn't like, and one of them has to do with the subplots. You know, some of them work, and I'm not complaining about the acting. The acting was pretty good. It was very well done, but I feel like a lot of the things in the subplots led to nothing. The whole thing with Hogarth and her disease, and her bringing out this convict out of jail to heal her disease, you know, like led almost up to nothing. Just the fact that, you know, she kind of gives the nurse a gun and kills the guy, presumably because that's the last scene we see. But I feel like that really didn't end up nowhere, even though, you know, it kind of ties in with Malcolm and the PI because Malcolm ends up joining the new PI, and it's like, you know, what are they gonna do with that? You know, it doesn't really tell us much. And there's this whole accidental death where Jessica kills one of the guards from prison by accident. She kind of just gets rid of the body, makes it seem like a suicide, and after that there's like no other consequences. I felt like it was just like brushed off easily, which honestly, if, you know, from previous Marvel shows, I feel like that would have been a bigger plot point. You know, it would have been there. I felt like there should have been more consequences to it. And then finally, Jessica's mom, you know, I felt like the relationship between mother and daughter was there. Like I saw the conflicts. Obviously your mom has been killing people off because they were tied to IGH, or they were trying to like discover the truth. And there were many times where I felt like the season could have ended, especially from episode 9 to 13. I just felt like the show was gonna end, or I felt like, you know, Jessica could have like captured her, killed her from that moment. And I felt like they had so many opportunities just to end it like that. You get the whole episode where they kind of run away, try to become like this team where they're like helping people, and then the scenes where she gets captured. I feel like there was so much to Jessica's mom's character that she could have honestly been in season 3, and maybe they could have done more with this character, but they decided to kill her off at the very end at the hands of Trish, and Trish basically shoots her in the head and it's game over for her. I mean, it's devastating, but I felt like this character shouldn't have been killed off that easily, especially because it would have been a great face-off between mother and daughter. I feel like Jessica should have been the one to put her away or lock her up for good. But overall, guys, the show wasn't as bad, you know, as people are saying. It was a little bit disappointing, especially with how strong season 1 started. I still do love the character of Jessica Jones. You know, there's so much to this character, so I'm pretty sure there's gonna be many more things to come in season 3. I mean, like I said, like there's a lot of subplots in the show itself that I felt like weren't necessary. Like the Asian PI for some reason just kind of annoyed me, and I felt like he could have been a better character. I mean, he does help out Malcolm in the end, but at the same time, it's just like, dude, like you just, I don't know. He just did not work out for me. I think Jessica's mother was a great character and a great addition, but I just hate that they wasted her in a season like this. I felt like she could have played a major role in season 3 for some reason. With that, guys, I am still interested in Jessica Jones. I mean, it was a little bit disappointing, like I said. So I'm gonna give Jessica Jones 2 a 3.3 out of 5. If you guys want to check out my review for season 1, I will link it here or put it here in the cards. But make sure to follow me on Twitter, guys, at FMO1126. My next video will be on the top moments of Dragon Ball Super, specifically the Tournament of Power. It's gonna be a different video since I haven't really talked about anime in a while. So make sure to subscribe, click the bell for notifications. But yeah, guys, I'm black. But yeah, guys, I'm back, so I hope I get to put out more videos. I know I took a long break, but yeah, make sure you subscribe, follow me on Twitter, hit notifications, share this video, and as always, guys, stay tuned.